1 Kings, the 3rd chapter. If you have your Bible, man, God, let me see my Bible. Mr. Ross. There you go. If you have your Bible, let's wave it in the air. And wave it like you just don't care. And if Jesus Christ is the Lord of all, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah! Freestyle. All right. That's a little freestyle. Amen. 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter, verses 16 through 28. Now, you all going to pay attention, right? Because you know I'm going to test you if you're paying attention, right? I'm going to say some things, and I want y'all to hold me accountable to if that's what the scripture said, all right? Okay. Now, 3 women who were... There we go. How many women? 2. So when you hear something that ain't right, call it out now, all right? Okay, now let's start over. Now, 2 men who were from the... women. Okay, there we go. Now, 2 women who were harlots came to the king. Harlots. We know what harlots are. Prostitutes. Other words. I ain't gonna even call them other words now. Prostitutes. Harlots. Man, the men like, we know what those words are. Came to the king and stood before him and said, stood before him. And one woman said, y'all follow me? 2 prostitutes, 2 harlots are before the king. And one of them said, oh my Lord, this woman and I dwell in the same house. Now I ain't going to even get into why they dwelling in the same house. And I gave birth while she was in the house. What's going on, y'all? 2 women live in the what? Same house. She comes to the king and says, my Lord, we live in the same house, and I gave birth while she was in the house. Then it happened the 3rd day after I gave birth that this woman also gave birth. Are y'all following me? What happened after the 3rd day? The 2nd woman gave birth. Amen? And we were together, and no one was with us in the house except the 2 of us in the house. Was the house filled? No. Who was with them in the house? Just the 2 of them. Okay, so we're paying attention. And this woman's son died in the night because she lay on him. What happened? This woman's son died in the night because she lay on him. So she arose in the middle of the night and took my son from my side while your maidservant slept and laid him in her bosom and laid her dead child in my bosom. Are you seeing the dilemma? Are you seeing what's going on? Okay. And when I arose in the morning to nurse my son, there he was alive. No. Dead. But when I had examined him in the morning, indeed, he was not my son whom I had born. Somebody say something ain't right. Something ain't right. Y'all ever had some instances where it was like, something ain't right. You look familiar, but something ain't right. Okay, let's keep going. Then the other woman said, no, but the living one is my son, and the dead one is your son. Thus they spoke before the king. And the king said, the one says, this is my son who lives, and your son is the dead one. And the other one says, no, but your son is the dead one, and my son is the living one. Then the king said, bring me a sword. So they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, divide the living child in 2, and give 1/2 to the one, and 1/2 to the other. Sounds like a great idea if you ask me. You're like, oh, okay, not really? Okay. Verse number 26. Then the woman whose son was living spoke to the king, for she yearned with compassion. Say that with me. Yearned with compassion. We're going to say it 3 times. One more time. Yearned with compassion. The 3rd time. Yearned with compassion. I'm going somewhere. For she yearned with compassion for her son, and she said, O Lord, give her the living child, and by no means kill him. But the other woman said, let him be neither mine nor yours, but divide him. Somebody say divide. Divide. I'm going somewhere. So the king answered and said, give the first woman the living child, and by no means kill him. She is the mother. And all Israel heard the judgment which the king had rendered, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to administer justice. You all, Solomon was a wise king. It wasn't about cutting no baby in half. It was about finding who the real mother was. So we're going to begin our love teaching this month with this. True love requires sacrifice. Many of us hear it, but will never understand and catch the weight or gravity of what I just said. True love requires sacrifice. Real love requires. Baby, I love you. Let's get right to it. The women like, Real love gonna require sacrifice. And we're gonna get into it. In this particular passage of scripture, we have two women who live in the same house that gave birth to a child. And in the middle of the night, we have a freak accident happens, and one of them accidentally rolls over and kills their child. Now watch this, you all. Rather than going on and facing life with the mistake that she made, she decides she's going to swap her dead baby with the baby of the lady whose child is still alive. So they go before King Solomon, and they both tell the king their side of the story. And the king is forced to make a decision. So again, this is what the king says. Look back at verse 24. The king said, bring me a sword. So they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, divide the living child in two. Give half to the one and half to the other. Then the woman whose son was living said and spoke to the king, for she yearned with compassion for her son. She said, oh my lord, give her the living child and by no means kill him. But the other one said, let him be neither mine nor yours, but what? Divide him. Y'all say that word with me, divide. Divide him. So the king answered and said, give the first woman the living child and by no means kill him. She is the mother. It's here in verse 26 that King Solomon realizes with certainty who the real mother is by the way each person responds to the king's plan. Come on. We're going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to see who real by the way you respond to what I'm finna lay on you. Huh? Both of y'all love the baby, right? Y'all say y'all love the Lord, right? I'm going to see who's real by the way you respond to what I'm finna lay on you. So Solomon's plan to deal with the issue was to cut the baby in half. And when the plan was presented to both of the women, real love spoke up and said, wait, I love you so much that I'm willing to sacrifice and let you go. Real love requires sacrifice. What this woman was saying was, even though I'm right, even though I know this child is mine, I'm willing to sacrifice and give up being your mother just to see you live. Have y'all ever exhibited that level of real love? Because real love will require you sometimes to let go. See, it's at this moment that she realizes that real love ain't about being right all the time. Wow, that's good. Because being right is about to get her son cut in half. See, somebody lying. But she ain't lying. So watch this. If you got your I'm right, and I'm going to fight you tooth and nail, and I ain't going to stop, this is my son, the king said, okay, because I don't know who to believe. Because both y'all saying the same thing. I'm about to cut this boy in half. That's when real love left out. Real love said, wait a minute. It ain't about you being right. It's about seeing your son live. Are you willing to sacrifice your being right about everything? Come on, Jesus. For the greater good. Because that's what real love does. Real love says this, I'll give up being your mother. Let her have the boy. Because I love you so much that I can't bear to watch this happen to you. So let me ask y'all this question. If you say you really love somebody, can you love a person enough to let them go? Come on. Watch this. Let's switch it around. Can you love yourself enough to let some people go? Can you love yourself enough to make the sacrifice so that you can live? Because what happens is, if you're unwilling to break the sacrifice, guess what's going to happen? Division. What was the king getting ready to do? He was getting ready to divide the baby. Let's look at this. At this moment, real love requires her to lose because she has to sacrifice. Again, at this moment, real love requires her to lose because what? Because she has to sacrifice. She has to give up her son. Can you love on the level that you lose a couple of battles? Can you love on the level that you lose a couple of battles so you can win the war later? Yes. Can you stop bickering and arguing with your family members and lose a couple of battles so that you can get the victory later? Because real love is not about being right all the time. See, y'all, that's where the maturity comes in, and that's where a lot of people miss it. Because watch this. You being right and you know you being right will cause you to keep going down on that right path. And if she keeps going down on that right path, she's about to get her son divided. Real love know how to stop, look, and listen to what's going on around you. Wait a minute. I know I'm right. But if every time I get with the family, I just got to keep on being right, and it ends in foolishness and chaos, who's really winning? Because guess what the king was getting ready to do? He was getting ready to do what? Divide the baby. Guess what the devil gets ready to do? He gets ready to divide when there is no sacrifice. Jesus. What's interesting about the other woman is how far she's willing to go knowing that she's lying. Come on. Y'all ever had somebody believe a lie? And listen, you know they lying. They know they lying. But they done worked the lie so good. You like, bro, I almost thought you didn't steal it if I didn't see you with my own eyes. Y'all, they'll give you the tears. Can y'all imagine this woman? That's my baby. No, it's not. You slept on. Oh my God, no, king. Y'all, can you see how far she's willing to go? You have to beware of people that don't have anything to lose. Because when you ain't got nothing to lose and you get desperate, you'll do anything and you will say anything. Listen, y'all, watch the people you hanging with that ain't got nothing to lose. I used to hang with some brothers that ain't had nothing to lose. And they was willing to do anything. They was wild. Every crew had that one or two. You know what I mean, brother? That's willing to do anything. Y'all, watch people that ain't got nothing to lose. Watch people that don't care about their integrity. Watch people that say stuff like this. Because, see, I don't care. You gotta watch that. I'll let him, I don't care who he is. That's the pastor. I'll get up, I'll slap him in front of church. That's how they talk these days. Watch this. They ain't got nothing to lose. Y'all, I saw a pastor get stolen on in the prayer line. And I'm not lying. So I tell Jamal, I tell the men, we ain't get stolen on in here. Huh? We ain't in the gym for nothing. Huh? We ain't in the gym for nothing. Y'all see that handshake right there? That's the gym handshake. We ain't in the gym for nothing. But y'all people get crazy. People get crazy when they ain't got nothing to lose, y'all. They'll walk up in your church and cause chaos. Because they ain't got nothing to lose. And you'll begin to believe it because of the way they manifest it. When people ain't got nothing to lose, they'll do anything and they'll say anything. This is why she responds to the king the way she does. She says, let him be neither mine nor yours, but divide him. The other woman is acting out of love. This other woman is acting out of deceit, and they're both trying to force their opinion and be right. Y'all, the second lady, y'all, watch this spirit on the second lady. The second lady won't even take time and grieve over the son that she lost. Remember this happened in the middle of the night. As soon as she realized that she messed up and rolled over and slept on her baby, she immediately begins to plot and scheme because she don't want to take ownership and face the reality of what she did. Y'all know how many people I know like that? Soon as they mess up, They begin concocting a plan to pull you into their mess. And now we arguing, we going back and forth because you won't own up to what you did.
Yes.
Y'all, that's some stuff that I done. It wasn't right. Guess what? I had to own up.